Week 14 of the 2024 NFL season brought us the best quarterback play I think we've seen all of 2024. I'm professional quarterback Justin Arth here to tell you guys who is playing the best quarterback in the NFL right now, or at least who played the best in Week 14, who were some honorable mentions, and obviously with the fantasy playoffs going on, what quarterback should you be targeting to play this next week? Without further ado, leave a like, but let's get into my honorable mentions here. Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers, and Tua Tagovailoa as honorable mentions that just missed out on my top 5 this week. Number 5, Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy had a 145.4 QBR, 20 of 25 for 325 yards and 2 touchdowns with an additional 11 yards on the ground. The 49ers finally got back to running an offense that plays to Brock Purdy's strengths. Play action, pushing the ball down the field. Brock Purdy had a season-high 41.4% of his dropbacks out of play action, where he was 9 for 11 for 171 yards. And then he was also 4 for 6 for 118 yards on passes that were deeper than 20 yards. He's pushing the ball down the field. Brock processes and understands defense as well when Shanahan gets back to the system that Brock operates very well in. You see the ease and the routineness in his game come back. And he finally seemed to be in control of where the ball was, and he wasn't spraying the ball like he had with the little accuracy issues he's had in the past. And hopefully Brock can string these performances together down the stretch, and the 49ers need it if they're going to make the playoffs. Number 4, Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow had a 112.8 QBR, 33 of 44 for 369 yards, 3 touchdowns, and an interception. This run for the MVP continues for Joe Burrow, and all these performances begin to look the same week in and week out. Burrow picked apart zone coverage this week, and his only mistake was an interception on a poor play call, and he airmailed the pass trying to make something happen. The routine read, the big downs and situations and creativity when the play breaks down is what is Joe Burrow's strength, and he did that well against the Cowboys on Monday night. He's so locked in right now, and he's making plays with ease. Burrow will need these performances to continue if the Bengals want to get hot down the stretch, make a postseason run, and help me in the fantasy playoffs. Number 3, Josh Allen. Josh Allen had a 117.2 QBR, 22 of 37 for 342 yards and 3 passing touchdowns, with 82 rushing yards and 3 rushing touchdowns on the ground. Now, why would a quarterback with 6 total touchdowns be third on my list? Well, the answer comes from the struggles against the pressure this week for Josh Allen. Josh Allen was amazing this week when operating from a clean pocket. He was also amazing in making big clutch plays on third downs and in the comeback that made the game a lot closer. But he did leave something to be desired based on his previous performances. He had a negative 0.41 EPA per dropback when pressured, but he was still balling between a shootout with 2 gunslingers. But Josh Allen needs a better approach to pressure, and I'm sure he'll be back to his normal form in Week 15, but third on my list is not bad form. Number 2, Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford had a 132.6 QBR, 23 of 30 for 320 yards and 2 touchdowns. Stafford, like Josh Allen, struggled against pressure this week, but he was given ample of time by his offensive line, and McVay decided to move him around a little bit in play-action rollout game. Matt was elite on third downs, in clutch spots, and in net yards per attempt. Stafford consistently made plays down the field and made these plays look crisp with great, quick decision-making. The thing I love most about Matthew Stafford is how smooth and fluid his footwork is. His eyes let his ankle lie, and he always had a great base. And when you do that, you set yourself up for success, especially in games that are a shootout between another potential MVP in the NFL and Josh Allen. Number 1, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold had a 157.9 QBR, 22 of 28 for 347 yards and 5 touchdowns. Sam Darnold made Vikings fans forget about Kirk Cousins. Let's begin raving about Sam Darnold. There wasn't a flaw in his game this week. He posted an 88% adjusted completion percentage with a ridiculous 12.2 yards average depth of target. Thanks PFF for those statistics. That's basically saying Sam was extremely accurate, which you typically see if someone's nickel and diming down the field, but he was slinging it all over the field. Sam Darnold was seeing Atlanta's 2-man zone 2 looks, the Tampa looks he was being given, and the cover 3 looks that he was getting. And he knew exactly where to go with the football when he got each look. Manipulated safeties with his eyes and shoulders. He consistently used the linebackers and DBs technique rules against them to uncover receivers. That's the sign of elite quarterback playmaking. And even more so, when the play broke down, the underrated athleticism was there for Sam Darnold. The Vikings offense is running at high cylinders right now, and it is because of the elite play of Sam Darnold.